Welcome back. Last week we put the Ancient Power storyline to bed, and this week, Sonichu episode 13 is going to introduce the plotline that will drive Sonichu all the way to the end of its run. I'm DStecks, and this is a bad review.
My brain is plastic, sugar-coated magic, twisting and turning and burning for you. My brain is plastic, flimsy and it's tragic. You always said that misery was built for two.
The comic begins with a cold open, with jerk-offs harassing various random couples about to engage in generically romantic activity. Oh, how troubling. And where is our favorite hedgehog and mayor? Chillin' at the Quickville Mall. The best mall ever! Quick's note. I've designed this shopping center of Quickville as my capstone for my computer-aided drafting and design degree, which I have received in May 2006. So I have a copy of the set of plans among my Sonichu drawings in my Sonichu scrapbook. Despite having a CAD degree, Chris apparently refuses to draw with a ruler. Well, Sonichu, I've been feeling lots better since I've first Megan. She's the sweetest, and she has the right spunk amount among all ladies. Yeah, Pop, Sonichu replies, just like me and Rosie. But Megan has yet to return the feelings, right? And then, holy cow, look at all of that text! Now, normally I'd do you guys a favor and gloss over all of this, but it's pretty important to understanding how Chris viewed his relationship with Megan, so I'm gonna read the whole damn thing. Yeah, but I've been very patient with Meg-chan. By being a kind and understanding friend for her, giving her time and space, and helping her feel good, she's warming up to me. Not only that, but with each amount of time I spend with her personally, with each of her warm, tender smiles, and with each loving thought about her, my heart grows fonder with the true love I feel for Megan Schroeder. But I don't love her enough to spell her name right, apparently. At least she knows that I have those feelings for her. I had the guts to tell her personally. Well, Rosichu, the other hedgehogs, and I wish you the best of luck with her. Thank you. Speaking of which, did you know that I haven't used that dumb sign since that fiasco at the Gettar region? Yet all it took was turning to the heart of the cards to find the best woman of the rest. She's irreplaceable. And boyfriend-free too, right? Sonichu asks. That was a fortunate bonus. I easily mistook her brother at first, though. Alright, the radio says. We're rockin' with the best of light rock and anime hits. Here at Station K Quick. Quickville's #1 radio station. You're keeping it real with jams to Sonichu. Yowza! I've just been handed an urgent Bullet 10, the 9th sequel to Bullet. Apparently, a jerk-off squad has been harassing loving couples around the city. The true men and women in blue and black can't keep up with these minions of the dirtiest witch of DBC citizens, Mary Lee Walsh. We could really use the help of my main dudes, Christian Chandler and Sonichu, about now. More news after this groove track from Monica Rial.
Hey, it's probably still better than Chime FM.
Chris yells, No! I can't believe it. I thought that her reign of heart-shattering terror was over. Why would you think that? Well, I won't let her get away with it. It was a good thing I've informed the citizens about the difference between the jerk-offs and the true police people. In a flashback, Chris lectures from behind a Quick podium. And so, I urge you, the citizens of Quickville, to remember, with the police, only black and blue are true. All other colors are vice.
Generally, pastels indicate vice.
Christian and Sonichu set off to save the day. Note, I'm using a special DS card and matching pack that links up not only to Wi-Fi, but to the Quickville satellite. Within the options, I can search within 100 miles radius of where I'm standing for villains, special items, and where my friends are currently located. Wow, there are jerk-offs everywhere, and my Quickville police are vastly outnumbered. Let's go, Sonichu, Chris says, and then uses his DS to call for the S-Chew Air Rider.
Wait, if Christian has a villain detecting Nintendo DS, why did he need to learn about the attacks from the radio?
Meanwhile, an army of police officers is assembled, prepared to do battle with the army of jerk-offs. Yes, yes, with my battalion of jerk-offs at the ready, and a monster in my shadow, I'm set to lure that nuisance Christian into my trap. When he stands in the rectangle below, I'll have him in my clutches. Count Graduan thinks to himself.
With that Cherokee out of the picture, I will be able to take over the city, then the world, especially with the dark shadow within the adopted child in Viridian. What the hell am I even talking about?
Page 31 is pretty unremarkable, and if a drawing of a guy on a rocket surfboard is pretty unremarkable, that's generally a bad thing. Christian and Sonichu arrive on the scene, and Magaji Skunk calls for Megan to come to Quickville. Then Chris uses plot convenience magic to summon the chaotic combo to his location.
Good thing none of them were on the toilet, or jerking it or something. What, you think that would be inappropriate subject matter for Sonichu? You're gonna be in for a rude awakening once we hit issue 8. Yup, I'm gonna be showing that.
Christian and Crystal transform, the chaotic combo arrive, and halfway through the episode we finally get our title card. Episode 13, Smashed Hearts and Entrapment. Christian challenges Mary Lee Walsh, but she sends out her powerful minion, the Cad Chef. Hello there, Chicos. Your mall design is bleep. I have grade F destruction for you.
Cad Chef is another real person from Christian's life. This one being a college instructor who gave his Quickville mall design an F. He was black, and the only black person Christian is familiar with is Chef from South Park. So, in Sonichu, the instructor becomes a giant version of Chef from South Park. That's literally Christian's thought process here.
They do battle with the Cad Chef, and he nearly steps on them before he's interrupted by the sudden arrival of Sailor Megatoon. Terrorizing the weekend and threatening to destroy a masterpiece of the heart. I will not stand for that, she blathers. And we won't let you get away with it either. We are sailor soldiers, and we stand for every heart's light and justice. I am Sailor Megatoon. I am Magaji Skunk. In the name of all hearts, we shall punish you.
The terminology that Christian uses here is probably the best evidence you're ever gonna get that he only cared about this shit because Megan was into it. He uses the term sailor soldier, when the correct English term was Sailor Scout. Just another Chris Chan screw-up, right? Wrong. You see, Sailor Soldier is actually a more accurate translation of the original Japanese term. But how would Chris know that? Contrary to popular belief, Christian is not a weeaboo. But Megan was, and it's not much of a stretch to imagine that she would have watched all of her anime subtitled, and thus shown it to Christian in that format. That's why Sailor Megatoon speaks in word salad. Christian's trying to imitate the writing style of an anime fan sub.
Chris Chan, Megan yells. Finish that monster! That's Megatoon, Crystal thinks. Wow, my brother sure can pick a real winner of a girl.
I want you to imagine being Megan. I want you to imagine being Megan and reading this. Hold that thought.
Christian and Crystal use the Curse Chan Pure Pulse Jolt Lance to defeat the Cad Chef. Then Chris attempts to defeat Mary Lee Walsh for good with a Curse-Hameha, but Count Graduan interrupts him, trapping him in a dark mirror hole. Everybody has a hairy conniption at the thought of Chris actually being in danger, except for Magichan, who is stoned out of his gourd. Megan and Crystal struggle to pull Chris out of the dark mirror hole. Meanwhile, in Viridian City, a Blatchu medallion appears on the chest of Nate Cirque. Remember him? My head. My chest. What's going on? Then nobody in particular says, when the original metal is submerged in darkness, the dark metal will appear, and he whose name is Reverse will transform into the ultimate dark being. Mary Lee Walsh changes her mind, deciding that instead of imprisoning her arch-nemesis, she's going to imprison his two friends just to dick with him, I guess. Crystal, realizing what's happening, decides to sacrifice herself to pull Christian out of the mirror, though she herself is now trapped within it. Then we get this huge close-up on Megan, and she says a bunch of shit that doesn't make any sense. Oh, Christian, your sister. What can I say that can atone for your loss? Such tender feelings. No, due to past events, I have to ignore those feelings. Besides, if I'd lost my brother, he'd do what he could to mend my emotional wound. I can't help but feel sad and sorry for him. He looks so pitiful. Mary Lee Walsh flies off on her broom, bringing with her the dark mirror. You may have taken down my squadron, but I have your sister, mister. Ha ha ha. Christian and the group look up at her in a moment that may or may not be plagiarizing the ending of Empire Strikes Back. To be continued.
But wait, that's not how it originally ended.
In this, the original version of page 50, Megan comforts Chris by hugging him. Christian, oh, I thought I was gonna lose you. I'd feel just terrible if I lost my friend who I really like. I'm also sad that your sister fell in and I couldn't save her, sob. Aw, it's not your fault, Chris says. You don't have to fret. We'll get Crystal back. I'm just glad you're safe. You are the sweetest girl I know. I'd hate to lose you too, he says, apparently trying to persuade her not to kill herself. And then we zoom in here, and yeah, that's exactly what you think that is. And on the original page 50, Rosichu wraps things up with this little inane comment. Hey, my papa asked me to set the record straight. Hey, sweet hug on the last page, but I'm afraid it didn't happen for real. You know, with his wishful thinking. But seriously, they are super cool with each other, and Papa C really loves Megan. Okay, cool? Right. Be sure to check out the ending in the next issue. See ya!
Remember when I told you to imagine being Megan and reading this comic? Well, to put it mildly, having her hug Chris, when in real life she told him on numerous occasions not to touch her, and drawing an ass shot of her, did not go over well. In fact, this comic would prove to be the breaking point in their already strained friendship. There would also be something that came later, but by that point it was more of a final nail in the coffin than anything. With this comic, with this last page, Christian would destroy the only friendship he has ever had. Tune in next week for more wacky adventures of Sonichu!